Am pus link-ul pe Wow Job.
Hai să vedem.
Job.
Da, am dat commit la ultimul push.
Păi asta e proiectul, mă.
Ce proiect? Nu, dar e cumva și el în ultimul commit are fixul.
Asta, mă, ultimul commit. L-ai făcut public pe net. L-ai făcut deploy, mă, asta te întreb eu pe tine.
Asta că acum ceva cu remix. Search. Așa.
Așa. Sau dacă ai făcut deploy.
Acum mai fac. Building. Tu cumva vrei să îl probezi chiar pe un mobile, să vezi dacă merge,
exact.
dar chestia care acum mi-am dat seama la ce vrei să faci tu.
Păi și din unde?
Maya, can you join the rally? And tell Marian as well.
Deploy acum face. Mai ești live sau nu? Site is live. Așa. E live-ul. Stai.
Anyway.
Site settings. Site name.
Okay. I'll be waiting for you to publish that online. Yay. Meanwhile, let's see if I have 8
The link is on Wow Job.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so I got styles over there. And then I want to visit it from Discord. Let's copy it. All general. No, that's original. Well job. Well job. Ah, you put. Copy link. Messenger. Paste. Yeah, it's not working. I can share.
Yeah, we won.
Okay, and if I go into files, where's files? So difficult just to work with. I'm gonna make another screenshot, it's just crazy. Yay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and if I'm to paste on Discord, yeah, this is what I see. Ta-da! See?
And that's on mobile on Apple, yeah? Or it's on Android, I see, but not on.
I can see the styles for, but I don't know what's up.
Did you paste that link into a messenger discussion with anybody, then clicked on the link from the messenger discussion?
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise I could see also everything.
That only is a problem when you open the browser from a messenger or something.
Well, from messenger, when you open it from Facebook, when you open it from, let's say, TikTok probably, if it's a commercial ad and you click on the link from TikTok, same thing.
Yeah, on Messenger it works.
Okay. Well, that's my messenger right there, and it doesn't work.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see where the buggy hell is. Oh, Facebook, yeah. Facebook. Let me send a message to. Go to home.
There's so many bad Roblox games.
Anyway.
Okay. Message.
So, going back to actually building something that probably works.
What?
By the way,
Why are you so
I'm
big?
going to visit job.dev
Why did you leave?
from the mobile as well.
Oh yeah.
HTTPS colon / and then wow job okay dot dev, and then I click on it, and I can share a different screenshot. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Done. Save to photos. Okay, this is photos, and inside photos have this picture, which I'm going to send to not that one, but anyway. Ta-ta-dum. Maybe copy photo and then paste it in here. Yeah. So this is the second website that I'm showing, which is the new version of Adobe. Or job actually. So you can see that I have a few buttons. One is red and one is purple. And when I visit it from the mobile, I can still see the buttons being, well, red or purple or whatever. So the styles are preserved.
Yeah, so basically, I think it's only maybe on the iOS side because if I visit the link from
I know, but again, you're not controlling who visits your website.
so
right?
basically, yeah.
So what do you do when people come and encounter this error? Especially, let's say you have a product and you want to sell it.
Well, you can sell it only to Android people then.
And then you're throwing, let's say, £1,000 into Facebook ads, and they come from Facebook and nobody can buy.
Well, if I go from Facebook, but from an Android phone, it works. But if
I know, but
think I
you
can
do
go
not
from
know where your £1,000 will go. Will they go into £1,000 of ads on Android, or £1,000 of ads on iPhone? You do not know that, right?
yeah, definitely.
So
So
it's more
this
like a
is
death trap.
most-
That's what I'm saying.
So this problem it's since React 18, yeah.
And
Because mostly they
I've
are
been through it like
complaining.
more than 100 times. I'm waiting for them to actually get their butt up their asses, whatever it's in English, and fix the problem, because it's their framework, which they state it's final and it's working and it's stable, and it's not. Maybe
Yeah,
they
but
just
if you
want
go on,
beginners to work with it.
yeah, but if you go on there, I don't know. I think it was their GitHub. Mainly they're saying they're blaming the React 18 update.
Yeah, I know
with
they're
the
blaming React
migration.
18, but I'm working with React 18 right now. With React 18, it's under the hood when I'm using Next.js 12 and 13, and it's working. So I know they can throw the blame at React instead of actually fixing it. Maybe, I don't know, they don't know how to fix it. They're in those jobs just to pass the time and take the money.
That's their fix, they blame someone else.
I can also blame others, but I don't know, it rained outside. It's easy to blame somebody when it's your fault, right? And then just go to sleep.
So this is a hydration problem, huh?
I know, it's a hydration problem. I have it. 100 other or 1,000 other people have it,
Yeah.
and they're ignoring the problem. That's what they do. And many people will switch from Remix, although it is a good start of a framework. Many people switch from Remix because they do have this problem and it's not ready for production. It's ready to play with it in your garden, in your backyard, but it's not ready for production. Remix.js is not ready for production. Unless you use whatever they say, hard-coded CSS or CSS that is generated just by SAS, which
If you
means
go
you're going to have
go in,
100,000 things extra, more than the 3 things that you need.
yeah, if you go on their the docs, they push Tailwind and
Yeah.
regular CSS. Yeah.
Exactly the worst case scenario. That's what they push. Look, I have Pack Starter. It's 100 billion times better than Remix at this moment because it doesn't create any issues. If I want to push something to production, I can push it to production. It works. Just saying, I don't have to use their framework when it's not ready for production. And right now it's not ready. And I've tried it for 5-6 months, almost for the first 2 months every single day, and then every single week I still look for solutions to see if they fixed it and so on, and they didn't. They are just like
Oh.
ostriches.
No, because if you go on their GitHub, the first ticket was open like a year ago, and they still haven't fixed for it.
Yeah, because
So,
they're incapable. That's why they're incapable. They don't know how to fix it.
because the fix I showed you now, it's from a guy who it's mostly
I've
like a
tried
work
those fixes
around.
as well. They still don't work.
No, I mean it's like a partial fix, not
What
for
do I do with
everyone.
partial?
Yeah, well,
Can
not
I
at the
tell
moment.
Facebook, can you partially bill me?
You can try, you know.
Yeah. Or to TikTok, because TikTok as well. I put firstly to try a 50 pounds commercial on YouTube, 50 pounds commercial on TikTok, and a 50 pounds commercial on ad, whatever it's called, on Facebook. I will see people going through the ad and reaching my website, but no other thing happened. Zero thing happened. Because nobody could join it. Nobody could do anything about it. So just click on
Well,
the ad and go back. Because
but let's say it's a problem from React side. Yeah, so basically the blame
it's
for
not a
it
problem
is
from React when it works with other frameworks.
no, I mean, let's say, yeah.
Let's not say it because it works with other frameworks.
So if it's React, it's Facebook to blame because
It's
they
not
are
Facebook to blame. Come on. It works with other frameworks. Period. What? You created a solution that creates a problem different than other frameworks, and then you're blaming React. No. Fix it. It's easy. I don't want to tell you how much money I've lost just because of this remix shit. I do not want to tell you.
well,
Because
even if you go with the Next, they have to use a plugin to make it work. So basically, even on
it doesn't
Next,
matter, it works. That's what it is. You install style components, you make use of style components. It works because I can see it working right now in front of me, and everybody's happy. So therefore, if I'm to launch a website and it's commercial for commercial purposes, if I'm to invest in some kind of let's say processes that provide me with new people coming to my website, they can visit the website, they can make use of my website, they can read, they can click. So that's what's expected. Like I don't know, for many years, tens of years, that's what people are expecting. And when you go to a website, it works. What should I tell them? You know what? You copy that link, go to another browser and make sure that you don't have that extension, you don't have that extension, you don't have that version of the website of the browser, and then visit my website. Come on, people are not. Most people are not like technicians, right? They shouldn't be put to work in order to fix the problem that is not even yours. It's the remix problem. What I believe it happens is that somebody who was smart or a group of people that were smart built this and then somehow they quit the company, and now others replace them, and they don't know what to do with it. Otherwise, why many months later, like you said, like a year later, the problem is still there and it's not fixed? Even I opened the ticket. Many other people open tickets, and we just blame Facebook. And yeah, should also Next.js blame Facebook for what? Because it works.
Yeah, but you told me you have to use Next 12 syntax, no?
Yeah, but I'm using Next 12, and Next 12 works with React 18, the one that you say it doesn't work with Remix, right? Yeah. And it works with style components, and you can see it working in front of us right now. And it has been working since they released even like official support for style components out of the box. So let's get back to us building websites, not looking at shitty Remix framework with shitty employees. Yeah, it has been bought by who? But Shopify, nothing has been done. That's what I can tell to everybody who works on that framework. Shitty people. Yeah. They play around with people's time, with people's budget, with people's opportunities. They play around just because they wanted to launch this framework, show a different face, so they can be bought by Shopify. That's what they've done. They patch things to look nice, and they have so much technical depth in the background and so many other things to do that they just wanted to sell the framework. That was it. It was a marketing thing. And now we are the ones suffering for their stupid decision and their lies. Yeah. How about calling it for what it is, right? Remix.js is a shitty framework right now. It's more like WordPress. It's for beginners who want to play around with it, who want to see things appearing on the screen, not for production. It's not ready for production. That's what Remix.js is. That's definitely, in my opinion, is not going to change unless they switch something. They fix what's broken. Mm-hmm. And I'm not the one who needs to fix it, because I'm the one who needs to build my website, not fix their framework, because it's not my framework, right? Yeah. If I want to fix my framework, I'm building my own, right? Well, I already have my own. It works like a charm for every web page that I want to boost and achieve 100 of 100 Google PageSpeed score. I can do it with my framework, and I could do it 10 years ago. I could do it 5 years ago. It works. Anyway, I've done login, logout. See, this is what job dev, and localhost for 2000 doesn't work because I haven't started it. NX serve. I do have share. It's online. It's on YouTube.
Oh.
NX serve home, and it has that thing with lower latency, so you should be able to see almost the same that I'm doing right now here. If I could share the screen, I will share my screen, but it's a 4K one, so I'm not sure how. Will share my screen, but it's who has speakers and not headset.
Was Alex, but now he's on mute.
Okay. So anyway, I'll share my screen, but again, it's a 4K one. If you can see it, but if you can have a good experience, that's okay. Otherwise, I'm not sure. So, screen 2, yeah. Let me know how it works for you. I'm gonna zoom this to 200% for you to have a chance to see it.
Yeah, it's fine. For me, it's fine.
Okay. How about for you, Alexandru?
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool. I've also zoomed everything in, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem. Cool. So, login. This is my login.
This is it?
Come again?
This one is with Next.js.
Yeah, Next 12, by the way. Actually, the framework behind it is Next 13, but I'm using Next 12 syntax and Next 12 strategy. So I'm not using the app folder, the experimental app folder. I'm using the pages, the old one. Okay. So I'm logging in, and once I'm logging in, I can see here in cookies that this user gets set up. Practical key with a value, and if I'm to refresh, it's still logged in. Now there is also a route or root, whatever it's pronounced, spelled. Okay, admin, and I can see Natsa. Well, and if I'm to go and sign out, and I'm navigating to admin, I'm redirected to account login. There is also sign up and a recovered password, and all of them are working. Just styling is kind of missing, with the exception of those buttons. There is no styling so far.
We have red and purple.
So it's started from scratch. Let's have some fun and forget about shitty remix. By the way, since we opened this Twitter.com, since we opened this chat, is it this one? Don't think. Nah, that's not the Twitter that I want. Flip it. I'll go back to at a later point and send them a nice message to Twitter to remix people. The one that I know how to send. A bully message or a complaint message. Take it as it is. They made me lose a lot of time and money and opportunity with their lies, and not just me. Anyway, so the idea is, so far I'm doing route protection, wherever I have admin somewhere here. Yeah, this is admin. And what does it say? Well, it says I'm going to grab the cookies and the user from the cookies. And if I do have a user cookie, then I'm gonna call this function verify. And this one is using admin, which comes from Firebase. And admin of verify session cookie, if everything is okay, is going to return the email and authenticate it through. Now I want more than just the email. I want probably multiple other things. The email is just a starter for me to see that I'm receiving data back from Firebase. And if it's not, well, you've seen it's going to redirect. So if this one doesn't happen, then I'm going to redirect to account login. Anyway, maybe I need to further improve this one in the future. However, this is what it does so far. So I'm thinking if I'm to go to admin. So by the way, do you have questions about what I've done, not how I've done it? Because you're gonna have this project shared with you, so you can browse through the code and actually replicate some of it yourself, either in a single project or a monorepo with multiple projects. Yeah, it's going to be the same. So it says login. Okay, I am logged in, or I'm trying to log in now. Hey, so let's get back to admin. Where is admin? Okay, you don't know. Okay, admin. So in here, I want to do more than that. So let's drop this into curly braces and return. And then not just div natsa, let's do h1 admin panel, and then div show a list of users. Okay, so that's what I've got so far. Now, if I want to find a list of users, Firebase admin list of users. Let's see. That's not the one. By the way, this is Chrome. Just for the first time, it didn't actually error out for real. it just did that busy icon without me having to force quit it. That's nice. This is the result. Let's try this one off. Yeah. No. Get user, get off. Get user by email. Get user by phone number. Get users. Maybe I just do get users on off. Let's try it. So what? How do I do this? Firstly, I have somewhere here Firebase server. Okay. Let's see. Export const get all users. Okay, and this would be return admin of get users. Okay, it's not happy. Why is it not happy? Is it expecting something? Yeah.
Sorry, Marian, can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
Someone online I've seen that they do the dynamic header with get static props. Is it useful to use it like that?
Are you referring to the page here? Get static props. Are you referring to this one?
Kind of.
Okay. So this gets static props, whatever. It's used whenever you want to pre-generate the response for the pages themselves.
For the header.
So when you do, well, it's not for the header. It's get static props. It's to generate the page.
Can I show you? 1 second.
You can show it to me, but I'm trying to explain something to you, and you're not listening.
Okay.
Okay. So the difference is this one always. So let's say you're visiting this page, admin, right? Okay. Whenever you're using get server side props, this is always going to be run on the server, and you're gonna get this result every single time as a new result because it runs on the server, right? Get static props with get static paths. Whenever you're building with let's say npm run build, although I have something different here which is an X build home. This is when get static props is going to get called when you build it.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna pre-generate this this page, and whenever I'm going as a user to visit this page, it's not gonna hit the server to go and fetch data from the database and so on. It's gonna be already ready. I'm only gonna receive the static HTML file and probably CSS and other images, but everything is pre-built. It's not gonna hit the server database again. It's only gonna do it when you build it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference, and you can find more info on Next.js get static props. When should I use get static props? And you can see more over here. Pre-rendered, see?
Yeah.
That's the difference. Now you can use both to achieve visuals on the screen, right? But there's a difference. One helps the, let's say, search engine optimization visit the page very quickly, because whenever it says give me that page, the page is already rendered. The answer is, here we go. The page is already there. So that means it's going to have very, very fast load times. Whenever you're hitting get server-side props, well, it depends how much time it takes to verify the cookie, go to the database, grab the answer, process the entire data, send the response back. That's extra time. So that's the difference. Now do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna use this at some point, by the way, for my blog.
Can I share you 1 second just to see
Yeah.
what I want to do?
While you show that, I'm gonna look for get all users.
Is it running my stream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stream. Well, it is running. However, you have a problem with, or I have a problem, or both of us. So you can join Zoom. It's already opened.
Okay.
That was my streaming anyway. I'll start stream again. Go live and stop watching. Yeah. I'll wait for you on Zoom. Yeah, list users. That's what I need. Where do I need list users? Because I stopped at some point. This one. It's not get, it's list. Wow. Take a break. Stupid thing. List users. Yay. Hopefully. And this should be async. And this would be, wait, probably. Okay. Okay. Let's see. You're on mute.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it.
Nice. Hey, Alex.
Hello?
Yeah.
So what do you think about this one? Is it okay to write it like that?
What are you trying to achieve?
Well, speed, I think.
Speed. Okay.
No?
Hey, that's your that's your achievement. Speed. It's fast. Okay.
And
So what was your question anyway? If the syntax is correct or?
well, I mean, if it's useful to write like this, get server-side props for headers, for example.
Has nothing to do with the header.
Is this props title goes into
I know.
title here?
It has nothing to do with the header.
Okay.
So get server side props gets executed before the component gets rendered, and then it provides the data for the component. which data can go anywhere in your title, in your meta, in your body.
Okay.
So yeah, it's the code is correct.
Yeah,
I would say.
what I heard is this is like a dynamic header, so I was questioning myself or if
Dynamic
it's a
header.
big
What do you mean dynamic header?
you can. That's what I heard is dynamic header.
Okay.
I was
So
a bit
what's your intent? What do you want to build here? Not what you've heard. What do you want to achieve with your website, with this page itself? With
when, mm,
okay.
Mm.
Shall we come back to it when you know? Or so the
Okay.
idea is that
But
gets
the
server
look on the
side.
video, I was confused why he wrote it like that. That's
So
why.
that get server side probes could connect to a database, and based on which page you find yourself on, you can fetch from the database a title, a description, and more info, and then pass it down to the blog component, which will show the correct title, the correct description, and so on. So far, if you do it like that and you have 10 pages, it's always gonna show title, and description, article, description on all pages because it's not connecting to a database, and they will always be the same.
Okay.
So before that, return on line 18, you want to connect to a database and fetch the correct title and description for the appropriate page. And that kind of makes it dynamic. Right now, it's not dynamic, it's hard-coded. So when you're talking about blogs and about search engine optimization, you would want to have different titles for every single page and probably different descriptions to reflect that particular page. And this is a starter. This is how you'll start until you reach to the final code that does a lot. And I'll be doing the same that you have just done. However, the difference is every single time somebody hits your blog and one of the pages is gonna run get server side props before the page gets rendered. Now, if you use get static props, right? Whenever you build it, it's gonna prepare all the pages. If you have five articles, it's gonna prepare all those 5 articles ahead of somebody requesting them, just like we did with Pack Starter. Whenever you'll be going to visit one of the articles, it's not gonna run get static props or get server side props again. It's gonna say, well, I have the page for you. Here it is. With all the titles, descriptions, and body and everything that's in it, it's already pre-rendered whenever you run the build. That's the difference. And I've already explained it to you earlier. If you pay attention, now you'd make some clicks in your head. So the code is correct. It's just that it's hard-coded on line 20 and 21 of the title and description. So how do you know on which page you are? Probably that blog ID. See the name of the file, blog ID.js.
I see.
Yeah. So that blog ID is gonna receive some text whenever you're going to that path, and that text is gonna be the value of blog ID. And then you're gonna have to connect to a database, whichever database it is, and say, fetch me the info for this blog ID. That's what needs to be done next, and I'm about to do the same quite soon. As soon as I pass that admin with list all users and set credentials, that's my next step.
Okay.
Cool. I hope you understood something, and if you didn't, craft a question back.
Sure.
Okay, so I got list users of 1,000. Let's give it 100. I don't need 1,000. So I got get all users, and then if I'm to go into get server side props here on admin, I should be able to do const all users is await get all users. which is not imported yet. And then I can console log, hey, all users, and see what happens. Where should I see that, by the way? In admin, if I visit that page. Not this one, not this one, this one. Okay, I can see there's one user. So it's kind of working.
It's kind of working.
Should I pause it on Zoom or? Not sure. Anyway, I can hear you back multiple times. Do you have a headset, by the way, Alex? If you do have a headset, you should install it. So until then, this list is taking forever. I wanted to create one more user to see if I can see more of them. Let's log in. I won't sign up. And let's do Marian. Add for job dev. Sign up. Okay, and now I'm signed up as Marian Wardrobe Dev. And if I am to go to admin, I should see here 2 users. Yes, I can see them. And actually, the response is an object with users on it. So with that said, let's say I'm going to extract users and do here just users. Okay, refresh, and yeah, that's it. Now I can take user ID and email from them. So users.map, and I'm gonna pass a function and grab user ID and email and return an object with user ID and email. Okay, now if I am to go over here, I can see users. I have 2 users IDs and 2 emails. So I can make use of this list and return it somewhere. So how about const user list is this, or empty array. And I didn't do or, and I didn't do empty array. Okay, so user list now can be returned somewhere, like here.
Can I ask you another question?
Yeah, sure. I think you
Is
need to.
it get it started?
I think you need to even mute yourself on Zoom, because somehow it gets. We get echo.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. So
Hello?
yeah, I can hear you. What is your question? Actually, I was on mute. I can hear you. I was on mute.
Oh, okay. Is it get started props like a hook? A Next.js hook?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so let's think about this, because apparently it's a mess in your head, right? So I'm going to split this window in 2, and I'm going to close one of them. And you can see that I have a file here called, let's say, recover, right? And I have a file here called index. Can you see that those 2 are 2 different files?
Yes.
Okay. Now, at some point, I can do this. I can do Command A, Command C, create a new file, and paste it in. And I can go into the second file, Command A, Command C, and paste it in here. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to leave a bunch of equals here to see where's the separator, right? So it happens that this is the content of one of the files, and this is the content of one of the other files. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's think about this. Whatever I selected here, it doesn't matter what I wrote, as being get static props, get server-side props, get static paths, whatever it is, this is the content of those functions, right? Now, after the content of those functions, let's select this content and imagine that this is our component, right? So this is our component, whatever component it is, this is our component, right? At the current moment, what I'm showing to you, especially on the left side, which is now bigger, this looks like one single file, right? So far, so good?
Yeah.
Okay. This is how it looks to you. Whenever you're starting to build or do something else, right? Like serve and so on, what Next.js is going to do is going to come over here, is going to cut all those get static props, get server-side props, is going to cut it and go into a separate file and say, paste to me all the get static props and get server-side props from all the files you can find. Okay, so it's cutting it from here and it's pasting it into one single bundle file, right? Now, this file no longer has that get static props. It's no longer there. It's just your component. That's what's left, right? And now before running the component, he's going to say, okay, do we have a get server-side props, get static props for this component? And somebody's going to say, yes, we do. Well, run it for me. Whatever response I get back, pass it to my component, right? We imagine this is our component because that's what we imagined, right? Pass it down to my component. It happens that you write them in the same file. In the end, they'll be separate. They'll even live in two separate places. Like on the disk, they'll be in two separate places. Now, do you understand? It's not the same thing. It happens that you write them in the same file. When you build it, there'll be a place only for the backend, which is get server-side props, get static props, and so on, and a place for the front end.
Correct.
So maybe that was your confusion. I don't know if that was your confusion. I try to explain it to you now. So I write it here, but those two things are separate in the end. If this one returns anything inside this object, I'm going to capture it in my props. If I do here, haha, this is a laugh, I'm going to have a property here named haha. With the value, this is a laugh. That's the difference. This one gets run firstly. Whenever it has a result, it's going to start to take care of this component. It's going to pass down whatever properties I want it to pass down to that component. And this is going to render on the front end. Backend and front end are not the same, by the way. And if you do wait for a moment, well, gonna get to it, because I'm gonna build the same thing you're asking right now. I'm about to do it. So I got a list of users. I can see the list of users somewhere. Okay, where is my list of users? Here, user list. Okay, and I'm gonna return here user list as well. Okay. Now let's see what user list is in admin. User list. So we can remind ourselves user list is an array that holds objects, and each object so far I constructed it with only email and user ID. Which means I can take user list and then map over it, pass it down a function. And this function is gonna structure from the first argument what email and user ID. And in here, I'm gonna need, well, I have user ID, which is unique. I don't need a key. Let's start with a div and give it a key of UID. And over here, I can do, let's just do another div with email and email. And now I can see email and the two users. I can even do a table if I want to, and then move this user list inside the table, and then do a tr here and a td here. Okay, so now I got that table. If I do border 1, I can see the border 1, or actually 10, and I can see a bigger border. I can also do cell padding equals 10. Okay, and we got some padding. And so far this is our list. I want to do a t head here, and then a tr, not a td, a tr, and a table row. And inside this table row, I want to do a th times 2, and this is going to be email, and this is going to be action. So far I got a table with email and action, and since I got email at the top, I no longer need email here. And the action would be do something. Okay. So for each do something, I could create probably a button, or more than just a button. You can see click me. So what do I want to do? I want to make some admins or not, or something else than admin. I'm going to use for mic for the moment. Mic. And then this is going to have initial values, which is an object with user ID and email if needed. I don't think we need email. Is for mic not imported? Yes, not imported. Let's import it. Yeah, we got for mic in here. And for mic also needs an on submit. On submit equals handle sub handle user action. Okay. Handle user action does not exist yet. I will create it soon. Const handle user action is something console log. I am about to do it. Yay. Let's save it. Clear. Click me. And it doesn't do it. Because this button is not a submit button, right? Okay. Type submit. Okay. And still not doing it. Dun, 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 dun. Initial values. Maybe we need more than this. Let's do field. And this field doesn't need to be like that. Okay. Name, UID, value, UID. Not that one. Okay, field is not imported. Let's import it, and let's also function here and do a form. Okay, because it wasn't in a form. That's why it wasn't working. It needs to be in a form to work. And this one as well. Yay! And now it should work. And if we are to clear and click on me, I'm about to do it. Yay! What else? Let's grab values and print them here. Okay. And if I am to click on it, I can see that I clicked on this one or this one, which is different now. So my intention was not to just print that. My intention was to actually do something about those users. And so far, I'm going to do this one as a field as hidden, type hidden, which means it's still there. It's here. It's just you don't see it visually. And I'm going to do a select or a radio, doesn't matter. Let's do a radio. So input, does it have radio? Yeah, it does. Yay. Name, claim, and ID, admin, and value, admin. And then name, claim, ID, admin, admin, value, member. Okay. Those two should also have probably a label. The label could be after it. Label. The label is for admin and admin. Okay. And duplicate this, move it down, and this would be for member. Okay, and now if I click on admin, does that one. However, there is an issue. Or not, there is no issue. It works. Okay, admin, member, admin. See, that one, that's the issue. Okay, the issue is that those ones are the same across multiple places in the list. This one. See, it has name, claim, and then if I go more down, it will also have, again, name, claim. So this name, claim, it's okay, but I want to concatenate it with the user ID. So I have a name, claim here and here. Okay, this one. Okay, I'm gonna do this, backticks, and then claim and the user ID. Okay, so now they should be separate, which means I can click on, let me refresh, maybe needs a refresh. Yay, hydration failed. That's nice. It still doesn't do it. HTML4 member. Because the ID is again the same thing. Should I do it for all of them? And why does this one has value admin? Yeah, because it's okay, value admin is okay, but this one with ID. Okay. I'm just gonna do it like this. Bam, curly braces, backticks. Admin, and then UID with $1. And then this one goes for HTML4 as well. And then this is for member. And then this is like that. And this is member. Okay, any difference? Hydration failed. I love you, hydration failed. Yay, now we are separate. I managed to separate them. Cool. Now if I click on this one, I should also have here name, claim, and UID. Do I capture it in this? Because I have email. How do I capture that input? Claim and UID. And the value is admin. Okay. I'll try something. For mic, and then that will be the key and the value will be empty string. Now if I am to submit it, okay, now see the console. It's over here. Hey. Let's see. Well, I only see those ones. Why? Tap, 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 tum. I got values. I got initial values. I got the form. Yeah, it looks like it's missing. Three errors. I'm gonna deal with that later. I can see now. See claim and whatever. Maybe I do not need name claim like that. Let's just do name. That's your ID. This one can stay probably as claim. And then over here I could just do claim. Because this is just a name. Right? So admin, member. Yeah. I've done it. It doesn't work at all now. This is interesting. So I'm gonna revert back to the claim that was working and try to figure out how to get this one submitted and get the data from it. Claim is empty. Still claim is empty. Why is claim empty now? Admin, name, claim, and UID. Then we got here claim and UID. And everything shows nicely. I click on this and I can see, I can see it now. It has no value. Why it has no value? That's interesting. It's claim. It's different. Claim, value member, and value admin. It has a value, dude. Why is not passing the value down? Interesting. And there's also silence from your side. It's like, got this, got an ID and value member. Where's the value member? Where's the value? Maybe, what? Should I do default value because React is not behaving properly or what? or as expected at least. Okay. It's still empty. I'm submitting a form and I want to get those values, and I clicked on this, and because it's a radio, and when it's checked, any idea why it's the input type radio does not capture the value and send it? Okay, if nobody
I don't
speaks,
know.
I can also stop sharing my screen because apparently there's no
Maybe
chat between us.
you got something instead of the input. I don't know.
A component contains an input of type radio with both value and default value props. Yeah, I know, because I just did them. Let's just remove one of them.
Yeah, I think you have to comment it by one to see from where it comes the error.
It's not about the error. There's no error. It's just missing data. See, this one here is supposed to be either member or admin.
Oh, okay. Doesn't get the data.
Mm-hmm. I got type
I
radio.
see that you got errors as well, free errors.
I know, but I also don't know how to cook. That's not a problem right now.
Okay.
Right? The problem is I'm submitting a form.
Yeah.
I have initial values for it. Handle submit receives that submission. Those are the values. And on values, I can see that everything is there. I can see that I clicked on email at wowjob.dev. Or I can click on the other one and I can see the other form working. See, this is Marian at wowjob.dev. I can see the UID. I can see the email. I cannot see the value here. That's interesting, right? Maybe I overcomplicated this and I do not want to spend a gazillion of my time dealing with this shit. So, sorry, Mr. Formic, you're gonna go away for the moment and I'm gonna just do a button and make admin. And this button is gonna have a name, which is UID, and on click, which is that handle user action. Now handle user action is gonna receive not values an event, and then I'm going to see event.target.name. Okay. Make admin, and I got one of these IDs. Make admin, I got the other one. And I'm gonna deal with Formic later on, and it's problem of actually capturing data up in input type radio. Now, what do I want to do with this name? Const equal event target name as ID UID. Okay. Still works. I want to make it admin. How do I make it admin? That's another question. So inside here we get all users. I can create a function, export const make admin, and this will be a function that receives a UID, which is a string, and then it's gonna do wait, escape, async, wait, and then admin of set custom user claims UID. Well, we have UID and then an object. Maybe I need to send the custom claim. It makes admin, so admin true. That's what make admin does. However, if I further want to make some other claims, I might customize this function or do another one that does more claims than just admin true. So far, let's see about this one. So if I am to call make admin with a user ID, it's gonna make it, right? Okay. So where's my click? Click is here. Wait. Async. Wait of make admin with UID. Hey. Okay, so I'm gonna make what? What do you want from me? Okay. I'm using backend on the front end, that's why. Yeah, so that cannot be here. Make admin cannot be here. Okay, and now this one is better. And this is a different thing. Where's the style? There's no style, dude. There's literally no style. You can see this, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with this problem at the moment. I want to build my website. For months and months and months, I've been dealing with problems like this. Don't want to deal with them now, today. I believe Remix and Next.js should shoot themselves, and I might start looking into different frameworks, ones that actually work, or build one of my own. Why not? So anyway, the idea is I cannot use backend on the front end, so I need to go into the API and create a new file. Let's call it admin.ts. And over here, const admin is cool. It's a function.
That's for back.
Come again, sorry?
So this is for backend, is it?
Yeah. Because it's gonna run on the backend with with all the API requests and so on. So admin is cool is going to receive a UID, which is a string, and this one. No, it's not going to receive a UID. This is a different function. This one receives request and response. And this is next API response. And this is next API request. And this is next API handler. And all of those ones are types. Okay, so res status 200 JSON. Okay, message Alex and Florin are discovering more about API
Florin is no more here.
in Next.js. Just a second, the door is ringing, the doorbell. So, option Z. Now, if we are to go to an API name admin, so this is our website. And then in here we have /API/admin. And we get message, Alex and Florina discovering more about the API in Next.js. Now, from the admin, I actually need to make a fetch. Yeah, I'm back again. This is handle instruction. Okay, let's make a fetch. Const result is await a fetch, and we are fetching from. Just a second, because I've done another fetch somewhere. Okay, so I need this bit here. Next public base API URL. Okay. Okay, so process.env.this. And then const path. I want to fetch it from /API/admin. Okay. Path. Yay. So I don't want to just fetch it like that. I also want to send this to fetch. So for that, I will do headers. Okay, content type application JSON, and then body is JSON stringify of UID. Okay, and if we get result not here, I'm about to do it, UID and result. Okay. Now if we make that fetch, what do we see? Because it doesn't know how to make an admin yet. I need to actually make this fetch make an admin. So hydration failed, make admin. What does it say? Fetch on window request get head method cannot have body, because I did not do a method of post. Yes. Okay. Now, is there anything difference? Make admin. I'm about to do it. Response type basic headers. Okay, because this fetch actually does more. Let's do another await and call JSON here. Okay. And now if we are to call it again, Alex and Florina discovering more about API. So I got the message, which means my API is responding okay. It doesn't mean it's working the way I expected, because the way I expected, I should do here const equal request and grab from my request the method and my body, and console log method and body, and then duplicate this and comment it. And now we need to look into this console here. Marian, if you move my mouse again, I don't know, fix it. Okay. So method post and UID, this is my user ID, right? Well, actually my body. So from body, I can also take UID. And now I can see post and that user ID, right? How do I make it admin? Well, there is a function, right? Wait. And I can do this as an async. And wait, make admin of UID. Actually, it's not just UID because I need to do probably like this UID. And now I got UID. And everything should be fine now. Should be. Okay, so I'm gonna make just one admin because otherwise it will be two, and I want to see the difference. Otherwise, I need to create another account to see that an account is admin and an account isn't. So that's my purpose. I'm gonna make this one admin. So far, it probably worked. I cannot know for sure unless I go and log out and sign in or login in as, yeah, that's the admin. That should be right. So now I'm signed in as m@wildjob.dev, and now what does verify cookie do? Okay, let's grab admin here as well. Email and admin. Okay. Before it needs, okay, it's the same thing. Yay, flip you. As admin Firebase. Or instead of renaming admin everywhere, maybe I make this admin as admin claim. Right? Yeah, okay, let's see. See, it says true here. Okay. No reaction, it's like, you already knew how to do it. Anyway, let's do Marian and log in. Okay, and it says here undefined. Now, did you understand the difference? Alex?
Also,
So the user claims works on, not here, just a second. Console, Firebase, whatever, that's all dope. Look at Firefox doing this, Firefox Chrome doing this. It's already gone. I cannot get back from it. I need to quit, force quit. This is Chrome, latest version. Thank you, Chrome. I was actually looking for a browser to be crashing in front of me right now because I don't have anything else better to do than looking at the browser crashing. Yay. So in your Firestore, in your authentication, and actually on the other project. Okay. Actually, it's a totally different one because I have a new, what do you call it? Database, which is on a different browser. Yeah. This one. Boof. So console Firebase here. WildJob dev. And in authentication, I have those two. So I set up a user claim for this one, and the user claim looks like anything you want. It could look like admin, true, a member, true, is cool, yes, and anything you want to, whatever. This could be a claim. Now, whenever you set up claims for users, the claim itself would be present in the authentication response. That means whenever you're asking something about the user, are you authenticated and so on, you're gonna get back those claims. So far, one user has no claims because nobody has defined any claim for them, and one user has a claim that just says this. Right?
Yeah.
Now, the difference between those ones is, let's say, part 1 or version 1. Okay, and 2. So in version 1, you say something like this. You make one request and you get data about user and claims at the same time. Okay. In version 2, you make a request to get the data about the user and another request to get permissions for the user. That's the difference. If you'd want to know if a user has some permissions or not, you might want to connect to a different table and look in that table based on the user ID, and you'd find, okay, this user has this information about, so it must be an admin, it must be a member, and so on. But there are 2 requests happening here. Over here is just one.
Okay.
Now, this one is more powerful, but it's still 2 requests. This one is definitely powerful, but not as powerful as this one, because you have some limitations in terms of if you search for Firebase claims limit. Okay. So set custom user claims method to add claims object to the user's ID token. So you can save any data to the claims object as long as it can be serialized to JSON. So as long as it can be serialized to JSON, that's any type of data, as I've shown you. It can be a string, it can be a number, and so on. However, the maximum size of that Firebase allows you is 1 kilobyte. Even a bit less than 1 kilobyte, because 1 kilobyte is 1024. So if you'd want to build a complex object with lots and lots of data, imagine it's not just admin tree, it's something else. And this would be in size, let's say 2.4 kilobytes. Let's say it is 2.4. From here to the end is not gonna matter.
Yeah.
You lose all of those ones. Now the idea is you can make use of the custom claims without having to do 2 requests. You just make a request. Are you logged in or not? And if you're logged in, I can also find out if you're admin and so on. If you're careful about choosing your data that you put in here and you don't actually put lots of long strings and so on, you think of it as being as small as possible so it can fit in 1 kilobyte, then everything is fine. If it's more than 1 kilobyte, just as get and post, right? Get is limited to 4 kilobytes and post is limited to how much the server has a setting, like 8 megabytes, 800 megabytes, it doesn't matter. It's limited to the server settings. So that would be the difference. Now, when you log into a website, you might log in without the claims, and then you'd have to make a separate request to find out if the user has permissions or not, right? Which is 2 database reads. It also, if it's 2 database reads, it's also slower in time because it needs to go forth and back, right?
Yeah.
So that's the only difference. I don't intend to have a bazillion things here. So for me, set custom claims is quite nice because I can make a user to be admin true. I can make a user to be member true, right? I can make another one to be client true, another one to be recruiter true.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I've got a question. Can you use Postman with Firebase as well together, or is it something totally different?
No, you can use it. You can use it because Firebase has an API behind it. Actually, requests an API, and you can read collections from Firebase using Postman. Definitely, you should be able to do that because I've done API requests to those ones at some point before using their library. So it's definitely possible. However, this library already provides to you all the functions you're about to write yourself at some point.
Okay.
Yay. So more about this, I'm gonna give you links since I'm here. See, custom claims, so you can read about it. See, and by the way, in the database, I have access to the claims from the user, and I can just say if admin is true, then you can read. That's in Firebase rules for the database. So if you go on Firestore rules, in here, I can write a set of rules. Is it member true? Is it, I don't know, recruiter true? Is something like that. And okay, then you can read, you can write, you can create, update, delete, whatever. Now, if you come from the front end and want to read from the database and you're logged in and you have a claim as admin, you can definitely read from a database that says is admin true. If not, you'll just gonna be able to go to the page, but if you have a list that you should see, or at least that you want to see and you shouldn't see actually, right? The database is gonna say insufficient permissions.
Okay.
Now, my intent with this admin is not to get to the point of insufficient permissions. My intent with this admin is at some point in here, in the get server side props. See? This is my off response, and off response can have admin on it or not. And I'm gonna do here if off response dot admin console log.
So you're using Postman to update, create, delete anything that or any data from your database from Firebase.
Yeah, Postman is only used for development purposes, and you can use Postman to do development, not for production. Postman is used to show you how some API are named, what's expected to be received from them, or at least to send to them. And it's for you to toy around until you figure out how the API works, and then use your code to actually do the job. So,
Well, I've seen someone that is editing inside of Postman in the body. If you
no, actually, it's easier if you do an interface to edit that. So for development, yes, it comes handy to use it to actually develop something, to figure out the solution while you develop it. However, it's easier if you actually have an interface like I'm building it right now. And to get to that interface, sometimes you make use of Postman to speed up the development time, not the database management time. Okay?
yeah.
So my verify cookie says, well, actually, it's not admin, it's admin claim, right? Admin claim. I'm an admin. Okay, let's see now. Hey, did I
I've
close it?
tried last week to do it patch, like you said, to do something regarding patch or put, and I was watching tutorials regarding that, and I saw that they editing it straight away in the Postman, they update.
For development purposes again.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, do I see that thing if I'm an admin or not? And where should I see it anyway? Actually, I'm logged in as Marian, and this is not an admin because it says undefined here. So I shouldn't see it, which is good that I don't see it, right? So sign out, log in again, and just M this time. Okay. This is through here. Where's my message? Where's my message? This one. Why don't I see it? Because it's on which page? This is in home pages admin. Am I on admin? That's why I don't see it, because I'm not on admin. Okay. Now do I see it? I still don't see the message. I am an admin. I don't see this one. Maybe it's on the screen and you see it here and I don't see it. I really don't see it. However, let's see if I am in the right place. Okay, refresh. Yeah, so I can see that one. Maybe I need to look at auth response. Okay. Come on. Email authenticated. It's not returning that. Marian, why don't you return it? Admin claim. And now I can see admin claim through here. And that means I should also see I'm an admin. Yeah, I can see it. I'm an admin. Yay.
Can I?
Yeah, sure.
When you're updating, like as I said, for developing, is it hard coded on when you write it on in Postman straight away?
Hard coded means this here is hard coded.
Yeah.
Now, if this comes from a variable,
Yeah, it's not variable. It's just changing the name, for example, in an object.
well, I'm
To
telling you
update
what hard coded means. This one is not hard coded anymore here. It is here.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
this selection would be actually a connection to the database like I'm doing here, then it wouldn't be hard coded at all because the value comes from the database. So hard coded means whenever you type text that is typed by you, not by somebody else. If you have a content editor and he types the text and you just make use of that text dynamically to be presented on the page, that's not hard coded. Okay, so now the idea was I am on get server side props and this one says I'm admin, right? So if I refresh it, it says I'm admin. Now my intention is to do this if you're not admin. So if not this, I want to redirect. Okay, to probably homepage. Okay. I am not an admin. See, so I'm still on the admin page, if you can see. However, if I go back, sign out, and log in as Mariam this time, and then what's this one? Admin claim return from in reason undefined. That's on admin probably. Really? Okay. Maybe this. No. Here. Admin claim. Just a second. What's my response? Because children came next to me and they're yaddling, whatever we are talking over here, and I can't really focus. So
Wait, man, we're gonna eat the candy bar. That expires tomorrow. Let's not eat it without them.
where is it failing? It's definitely on index. Come on. This index.
Wait, I'm gonna see how it's
Where's admin claim? I don't see it.
Okay, so Snowman, Gingy,
Wow. So many things extra that you need to do just for something. Okay. So this is verify cookie. Maybe I can do an empty string here. Yay. Finally. So /admin. See, I'll get redirected back home. I'm not allowed to go to admin.
This guy's smacking me with a pyramid.
Because I'm not an admin. Sign out. Login. And then Marian. Well, actually M. Because M is admin. And then go to admin. And I can see admin now. Actually, I can also make this on admin. Right? Now I can go back. I can sign out. And I can log in as Marian. I should be able to see admin again. Right? Okay.
Do our heads get bigger in this game?
And I can see admin as Marian. Now I'm going to go back, sign out, and log in, and then sign up, and do Graziella. Escape. I sign up as Graziella. Then I'm going to go to admin. I should not be able to visit admin because I'm not an admin, see? So it does work. Finally. Which means I'm ready to probably start working on the blog. Because now I have a path where I can do my admin stuff and then I can do the other ones on a different place. Let's see how many console logs we have here that we don't need. Okay, console log list 1. What's this one? Content? Okay. Okay, we don't need a list. That's the error. I'll leave it be. Error. Here. I'm not an admin, we don't need it. User list, we don't need it. Okay. Index, I'm about to, we don't need. Method, those ones we don't need. And we don't need this one as well. Then fit add admin route and protect it. Yay. In a few minutes I'll have it published to the web, and because I haven't hard-coded it any let's say Firebase configurations, either be it for client or for admin, my website should just work because it grabs them from the environment variables on my local and it grabs them from the environment variables on Netlify. The code is the same on the local and on the web. And if everything works, I need to test it that it works. The next bit will be working on the blog, and at some point when we work on the blog, we are gonna deal with those get static props and get server side props. So let's see, blog and gadget. I don't know exactly how it's typed. And without an end. Okay. Yeah. Accept. Come on, dude. Okay, I'm gonna go to something and click on it. Now, assuming that this is an article, I think it's an article, right? Or not? No, maybe you need to click one more time or what? Oh, this is the article, right? So why does it say view comments? There's no comment on it. It sounds to me like this is a list, not the article itself. Anyway, flip this because I don't understand how it works.
Where's your phone, Maya?
Now, is this an article?
I'm gonna go to the.
Do you understand how this website works? Why does it have multiple articles in one article?
Let's not go far this time.
See, it looks like a list.
Oh, this is so much faster.
Doesn't it look like a list of articles?
Mm.
Anyway, the point was, let's say we have a title, right? Maybe a description, a picture, a video, more description in our article, some tags, right? If for this page, I want to visit this page, I cannot know the content of it unless the server is going to provide data for it, right? So if I want this content to be always fresh, let's say you visit it right now, 2 minutes later I visit it and I drop a comment in here. And then 5 minutes more later you revisit it and you want to see my comment, then you might need to get server-side props because every time you request it, it's going to ask, okay, give me the content. Are there comments? Yeah, give me the comments. Send the response back to the front end and generate this page, right? Now, if I want this to be cached somehow, like already rendered at some point, and now we've already got all the data that we need, we just need to print the page to the browser, then I could make use of get static props, pre-generate this page before you even come to it. And once you come to it, I'm no longer going to ask the database, give me some data so I know what to show. The page has been already, the database has been already asked during the build time. Give me the data for this page. The page has been generated. And now when you're requesting it, just says, well, this is the answer. So with get static props, it's going to be a gazillion times faster. Well, it's going to be as fast as the download is. So you're requesting data as fast as the server can send data to you and as fast as you can receive data from the server. That's how fast the page is going to load. If it gets server-side props, well, you need to wait for the server to process all the data. Once the server has the answer, that's when you start loading. Okay? So that's the difference between them. And whenever you use get static props, you also need another thing, which is get static paths, because otherwise it doesn't work. So there'll be multiple things to be dealt with. I'm gonna take a quick break and I'm gonna come back to work on the blog. This is part 1 of part 0 of the blog.
Okay, I'll take a break as well. A few minutes.
Cool. Let's catch up.